If you guys watched the last video, Hallett was great. I set my personal best with 134.5. The transmission held great, shift great, but a week after the Hallett, as you guys know, I daily drive this car. Right before I was going to work, the car actually felt like it was kind of misfiring at cold start. But I didn't think anything of it. Even before Hallett, the car would sometimes start missing some coolant. I thought it was because of the radiator cap, and so I was thinking about replacing this whenever I get a chance. But next thing I know, I actually started seeing smoke in my tailpipe. You know, white smoke. You know, once you start seeing white smoke, it could probably be a head gasket issue. Eventually, I did start losing more and more coolant. Whenever I would drive it, once the car is warmed up, the car would drive fine. But eventually, the misfire got really bad on cold starts. So now we're gonna check how bad it really is. All right, so first thing first, we're gonna check the coolant. And as you guys can see, we are pretty much out of coolant.
There's no obvious external leak, so now I'm starting to worry that coolant might be getting into the engine.
At the very beginning of this situation, the oil was actually pretty good still, but after letting this sit for a while, check this out. We have the Forbidden Milkshake. Really sad. So now we're gonna remove the spark plugs to see which cylinder the coolant is actually going. Cylinder 1. Cylinder 2. Cylinder 3. Cylinder 4. Cylinder 5. And cylinder 6. As you guys can see, there's something that looks weird here. Cylinders 2, 4, and 6 had significantly more electrode wear than 1, 3, and 5. At first it seemed like a strange pattern until I realized those are the 3 cylinders where the ignition coils sit directly above the plugs. The 2JZ uses a wasted spark system, so the paired plugs fire with opposite polarity, which can cause electrodes to wear differently. So while these plugs definitely need replacing, I'm not going to assume it was caused by the head gasket or it's what caused it. But what do you guys think that caused this issue? Now with the spark plugs out, we can check inside the cylinders with a Borescope and do cylinder 1, which is wet, cylinder 2, which is dry, cylinder 3 looks pretty dry also. You can definitely see some carbon buildup on all of them. Here's cylinder 4. There's cylinder 5. And there's cylinder 6. So only cylinder 1 was actually wet. Now that all the spark plugs are out, we can go ahead and test the compression on all the cylinders. Wow, it is at 120. Okay, that's pretty low. But that is the wet cylinder. So we'll see what the other shows. 130, 130, 135, 150. Wow. I hope it's not a warped head. It's looking like it though. I mean, if everything in the rear is good, the front is low, maybe it's warped that way, but we won't really know until we take the whole thing apart. Alright, it is at 150. So the next Hallett event is just a few days away. So this is not just a repair anymore. This is a race against the clock. So I've taken apart enough 2JZs over the years that the process itself isn't really the interesting part. What matters is what we're going to find out once the head comes off. At this point, I still don't know if I'm dealing with a simple head gasket issue or something much worse. Alright, so first thing first, raise the car up and drain our fluids. Let's see how bad this milkshake is. Oh no! That is very bad. That's like straight vanilla milkshake. Oh. It's really sad. That is what you get when you mix oil and coolant together. Now I can drain the coolant also. The good thing is there's no oil in the cooling system.
And when I pulled the VVT-i gear cap, I found even more contaminated oil inside. I checked the head in several directions with a straight edge and a 0.002 inch feeler gauge. I could get the gauge under in a couple of spots, but Toyota's maximum warpage spec for the 2JZ-GE head is 0.0039 inches. So based on my measurements, this head is still within factory limit. Since I'm on a 1-week deadline for Hallett, I'm going to clean everything up, install the new MLS head gasket and ARP head studs, and just send it.
Alright, looks like mainly just cylinder 1 is the one that's wet. You can see there's definitely coolant. From the top, I don't see anything that sticks out.
Here's the head gasket up close. The front and the back side is kind of hard to tell if there's anything wrong with it. All the gasket material is on and off of it, so what do you guys think? While we're here, we might as well change the water pump and the timing belt.
Ooh, that thing's rusted in. Valve. It's pretty dirty, so we're gonna have to clean it. And we made this little box to hold all our stuff.
So after tearing everything apart, this actually looks a lot better than expected. Cylinder 1 is definitely the cylinder showing the strongest evidence of coolant getting in. And there's obviously a lot of coolant contamination in the oil. But so far, I haven't found anything that makes me think this engine is done. The cylinder walls look good. I don't see any obvious damage to the bottom end from up here. And the roughly 2 thousandths clearance I measure on the head is still below Toyota's maximum warpage limit. So I'm going to clean everything up and just send it. Hallett is 1 week away. I still need to install the GTE MLS head gasket, ARP head studs, put this entire thing back together, and somehow have enough time left to make sure I actually trust this car to drive 2 hours to the track, beat on it all day, and drive 2 hours back home. At this point, I think the 2JZ can be saved. Now I just have to save it in time.